Let me ask you something. If you hit someone parked car and put a dent in it, would you drive off or leave your contact information to pay for the damages? Or what if a coworker was struggling with something? Would you help them? Or would you take advantage of the situation to make them look even bad? What will you choose? You will choose exactly what the patterns that have been formed in your subconscious mind. And this pattern will be revealed through your actions. Over time, this will create a personality within you. This personality is nothing but your character. Well, I'm not here to tell you what's good or bad character you already been taught from the childhood. But I want to help you understand how to rebuild your character, starting from deep within yourself. Before, start to change something that's so deeply ingrained in you. First, you need to understand why you behave the way you do. Think about it. Why do you feel so desperate when someone doesn't text you back, and then you unconsciously send a message, only to regret it later? Or why is it that you can stop a habit, like, say, staying away from distractions like OnlyFans for a week, only to fall back into the same routine? Or have you ever noticed why your friends continuously fall for exactly the wrong person and unconsciously push away the right person? Most people are unaware of why certain behaviors occur. They simply allow them to persist. This happens because of the patterns that are deeply rooted in their brain, and these patterns are forcing them to repeat the same actions. It's like a path that's already been laid out, and it's hard to avoid it. But before you can break these patterns, you need to understand the layers of your character. Remember, knowledge is power. So, basically, there are 3 layers that make up your character. The first layer comes from your genetics. It's the way your brain is wired. For example, some people are naturally more introvert, while others are extrovert. Some people may lean towards seeking attention or becoming greedy for possessions. These tendencies come from your genes, but they don't fully define who you are. Your past life experiences play an important role too. In the Eastern world, they call it karma, the actions you've carried over from past lives that will follow you into your next one, and the cycle of birth and death continuous. While moving to the second layer, which comes from your early years, when you were just a baby. Do you know who you were before you were born? No, because nothing is remembered except the ego, and the ego takes 3 to 5 years to develop. Therefore, the psychologists say that we cannot remember our lives before the age of 3 to 5 years. Why is this so? After all, we were present from birth to the age of 3. It is because it takes 3 years for the ego to develop, and everything you experience gets deeply imprinted in your subconscious mind. The attachments you formed with your mother, for instance, helped shape your emotions and memories. The foundation of your character became stronger during this time. Then, the third layer forms as you get older, based on your habits and experiences. By now, you have strategies for dealing with stress, seeking pleasure, and handling people. These strategies become habits. Together, these 3 layers form your character and push you to repeat the same actions over and over. So, you may think that I've been stuck in a cycle because of these layers? Exactly. Your character drives your actions, and without awareness, you'll keep repeating the same strategies, decisions, and action. But here's the thing. You can take 2 paths. You can ignore these patterns, but that will only lead to frustration, regret, and inner conflict. Or you can choose the harder path, the one that leads to unlock your true potential and forming a superior character. It requires self-discipline and patience to walk on this path rather than denying it, because it starts with understanding yourself. So it is always better to write down your patterns, such as reacting to the certain situations or always responding to the notifications on your phone, or perhaps you shy away in front of others. Think about what's happened in your past to form these patterns. Look at the negative ones that keep showing up in your life. You won't be able to erase these patterns completely. They're too deep, but you can weaken them. Yes, you can weaken them through awareness and meditation. When you meditate, your thoughts start to slow down. The next time a situation arises, you'll have time to think before reacting. You will start to respond instead of repeating that negative pattern to reflect. And once these patterns start to weaken, you can begin to transform the negative aspects of your character into strengths. Build new habits, affirm the positive parts of yourself, and embrace your character. Your goal isn't to become someone else, but to become more fully yourself, to realize the potential that's always been within you. So, by understanding these layers and practicing awareness, you can shape your character and ultimately your destiny through conscious practice. The more you engage with your deeper self, the more power you unlock. It won't be easy, but it's the only path to becoming who you truly are. Remember, this process takes time, and you have to be patient with yourself. Change doesn't happen overnight, but every small step you take towards awareness will help you break free from those old patterns. The more you practice, the stronger you'll become, and the closer you'll get to realizing your true potential.